I was thinking that I could make little dangles with these scraps. So that might be kind of fun to do together. This one I kind of messed up on. Uh-oh, that's glue. I need to clean that. Let me just cut this thread off because that is what is getting messed up. Okay. Where's my seam thing? I might have to do something with that. Okay, so that's pretty much garbage. Okay, so I also had these. I know that I have these buttons and beads. I also have these little basket bin tags that might be kind of fun. Is there an opening? So this I think I'm gonna keep to use, and then I think I'm going to use one of these. Which one? Maybe this one? Maybe just the white one. This is a good piece of cardstock to use too when I'm done with them, or when I'm done with this. Oh man, do I have to cut that? No. Okay. I wonder if that could be my bottom. Let's just make a mess. I have this that I absolutely love, and I definitely want this to dangle from like the bottom. Let's see how I could do this. I wonder if I could just glue that. That's cute. Unless, oh my gosh, wouldn't this be cute to hang on to that? Okay, let's just decorate the top part here, the dangle. So I think I'm just going to, oh my gosh, you guys. This might be harder for me because it's thick. Let's see. Okay. I wanted to put this. Let me see something. Hold on. Because I think that I would just glue that like that maybe, so that it would hang. I'm trying to do it so I don't break the plastic like that, and then this will sit, it'll sit there. I think it needs to be further down though. Okay, there. Okay, so we will I think I'm gonna stick this through one of my bigger needles. This was actually my grandma's. It's always nice to use stuff like this, you know, that's been passed down. Super sentimental, hence why I'm making my daughter a recipe journal. Okay, much easier. Might take a little work getting through because it's thick. There's that. My phone like turned off somehow while I was recording, but I'm pulling out some things to try to make some dangles and charms with. So I'm just going to try to keep these kind of organized just so they're not rolling around on my desk everywhere. Let's see, I pulled out this cute little heart key, this little dangle, this here. I'm not sure if I'm going to use any of these, but I just thought maybe these are charms that I had in my my kitchen junk journal kit. My light is flashing, I don't know why. Weird. Hopefully our electricity is not trying to turn off because it has been so hot and we have like rolling blackouts to save energy. So I'm hoping that's not happening. Okay. So these are some things that came in the kit. I have this. I also pulled this out just in case I want to use some bulb pins. And then I have these that I thought I could use maybe. So we'll put those there. Yeah, okay. So this one here, I wish I had smaller beads. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I mean, maybe I'll just have a few, because I have these glass beads, but they're too small for this. So maybe I will only have a few of maybe these. I don't know. Let's just roll with it. Let's see what we could do. Maybe I'll just do a couple here at the bottom. And then I'm gonna tie a little knot. My fingers have so much glue. Uh-oh, I didn't ever. Glue that. Which I should now. Just use my 4-in-1. Or it's 3-in-1. I always call it 4-in-1, you guys. And it is not 4-in-1. I have made up my own name for it. All right. So that's it for that. Just gonna clamp that. Nope, that's turning it. Maybe like that. Okay, I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. What do we have? We have this cute little family recipe book that I made. Now, let's see, I do have these strings, or I have these jewelry making pieces. These are so old. You see all the powder all over them. But I love these. These are my mother-in-law's. I miss her dearly. Dearly, dearly. Okay. Let's think. That might look pretty. I'm so sorry, you guys, that this video is not very organized. I literally just sat down and started crafting, and I thought to myself, maybe I should be recording this just to document what we did for this recipe junk journal. But you can definitely use these for any type of journal. So here I'm just using a safety pin and I'm putting some beads on it. I want to add some charms to it, kind of decorate it just to add to some of my pages. Now these, you can't use the actual pin onto the paper or the fabric because as you can see the beads are in the way. So I do come up with other ways that I attach these to my books. I do work through a few of these and I hope you guys enjoy watching me create some of them. Now that I've decorated them with the beads, I wanted to wrap the other side of the safety pin with some of the material that I've used in this junk journal. So that's what you see me doing here is I do have some scrap pieces of fabric and I'm just trying to wrap it around the metal. Now I didn't want it super bulky, so I'm just trying to figure out how much of the material I want on there and how I'm going to glue it down. So I basically just use a little bit on either end. I didn't glue the whole thing down. I just wrapped it. I glued one edge and then I cut the other edge and then I glued that edge down as well. So that's what you'll see me doing here. This video is literally all over the place. I'm so sorry, you guys, but here I just grab a triangular paper clip and I'm adding one of my pastry or bread charms to it. I love using these so that they can hang outside of the books. You can put them on the top, on the sides, on the bottom. I think that it adds so much to the book. So I went ahead and did this. Then I kind of moved on again, you guys. I just keep bouncing around. I'm just doing whatever my heart is kind of pulling me to do. So I had some of this cording and I'm just going to string it with some of these beads. I also add some charms to it and it's so relaxing to do this. So that's what I'm doing here in this portion of the video. Now with dangles, I really love to add charms to them. Now with this key, I was noticing that it wasn't like laying flat, obviously because it had the bead below it, and it was kind of bothering me, but the more beads that I stacked, I really liked it. Then I thought that it would look really cute if I added a charm to the bottom part of this little cookbook dangle. Now the cookbook, I actually printed it out at home and turned it into a little book. And as you saw, I glued it to the wooden piece to this. But I just thought adding something in the little frayed edges or the tassel end of it would look really cute. So that's what I went ahead and did. And I really thought that it looked nice. I'm really hoping that once I get all of my dangles done for this junk journal that they come together really well and they all kind of match and pull each other together as they're hanging all together as one. Because looking at them singly, some of them look better than others, but once you kind of stack them together, I think it just gives it a better visual look. All right, so I have moved on to my second safety pin with my beads. I grabbed one of my other scrap papers, or I'm sorry, my scrap materials that I used earlier on in my junk journal. And I'm just gonna wrap it the same way. I may do it a little bit different, as you can see here. Instead of wrapping it thinly, does that even make sense, you guys? I wrapped it more like a tag on the back of it, if that makes sense. So I had a piece, I wrapped it right in half, and then I'm gonna glue it together that way. Now I went ahead and grabbed one of my head needles. Now these are mainly used for jewelry, but you can use them for other crafts. I did grab my needle nose pliers because I needed to make a little loop at the bottom so I can add my silverware charm to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this probably on the outer edges of the junk journal. It won't be one of the dangles off the back where the binding is. It'll be like hanging off of a page, like I said. But I'm just kind of closing this up so that we don't lose the little charm. And then I'm going to add some beads to the top portion of it. I am sticking to the beads that I've been using since the beginning of this video, and that's probably the main beads that I'll use throughout this junk journal, including the round wooden colorful ones. Now these beads that you see here are, some of them are mine from when I used to make jewelry, and some of them are my mother-in-law's, and we bought them, I want to say the beginning of like the 2000s. So these are definitely vintage by now. It's crazy to think that, but I just thought keeping these in my daughter's junk journal, there's some meaning behind it from, you know, my stuff and her grandmother's stuff. So that's what you'll see me doing here. So now I had a crazy idea that I can use all kinds of different types of materials and laces and things to clip or tie around this safety pin. So I'm just kind of playing around right now. I'm playing with different materials, trying to figure it out in my mind while I'm doing this. That's why I said I wasn't really planning on doing a video. I literally just winged it, you guys. I was just letting my creativity kind of flow. I just had things in front of me and I was really just playing around. That is the best way, I think, to be creative, is just make sure you have things in front of you and just start playing around with stuff. That's what I do, and it helps. It works. You'll see me just cutting different pieces of materials, and then I realized that I thought that maybe if I had it a little thinner it would look better. I felt like the material was a little too thick. So you'll see here that I'm just cutting it down the center and then I'm tearing it. I'm not really in the frame and I apologize for that. I really do have to get used to being in the frame when I'm doing crafting with you guys. This lace here is actually, I picked it up from the Dollar Tree. I love this lace, but I'm just cutting a strip of this. And again, I'm going to cut it straight down the center just to make it thinner. I promise I will work on being in the frame. I'm watching this as I'm editing and it's even driving me crazy. So I promise I'll do better about that. But I was just running my hands across that lace just to kind of fray the edges so it didn't look like it was straight cut. It'll kind of have some pieces kind of like fraying. Now I'm just tying this around the safety pin and I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this. So I'm kind of like looping it and then pulling the strands through the hole to see if that works. So you will notice here that I'm just taking all the different material pieces and I'm starting to tie them around the safety pin. And you'll see me cutting some of them just so that they're all different sizes so that it kind of gives it a little bit of texture so it's not just straight across. So I continue doing this until the safety pin is completely full of different types of materials and the lace. As you guys can see here, I'm kind of looking at it and this little dangle is kind of bothering me, so I end up cutting this off. I didn't really like that hanging off the edge here, but I will show you guys in a minute what I ended up doing with this safety pin. So this is kind of weird, but I never finished that video. I wasn't even sure if I was going to upload it, but I really wanted to share with you guys what I created. And so it's been quite a while. I'm already moved into the new house and I'm actually putting together a Care Bear junk journal kit, but I stopped to finish editing this so that I can get this video uploaded because it's been forever. So the last thing I did was I said that I was taking this charm off of this safety pin, but I ended up putting it back on and the safety pin is in this book. What I did was I glued it to this piece of paper and then I just added this lace on top of it. So it's kind of hidden, but I think it looks really good. So I'm excited about that. This is the little charm that I added to the recipe tassel here. This is, I think, the first safety pin that I decorated. And then this was the second one. I ended up adding this lace to the fabric. I added a little piece of lace to this little bread. And then this was the tassel that I didn't know if I'd like, but this actually hangs really nicely now and I'm really happy with it. And then this was the wooden beads with the measuring cup. So I really wanted to make sure to get this video up so that you guys can see it before I do the decorate with me for this junk journal. I'm super excited to share that, but I'm hoping that I'll have some more videos out shortly. I've been working really hard at different things, so
All right, you guys, thanks for checking out this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Be safe and be blessed. Bye, you guys.